They left her by the side of the road, with nothing but a photo, a spoon, and her mother's scent on an old sweater. She didn't cry. She just waited. And then a stranger came, on a horse, with silence in his eyes and a past he never spoke of. What happened next would change both their lives forever. Before we begin, tell us where you're watching from, and if you believe in second chances and quiet miracles, follow for more. Please eat, the woman whispered, her voice trembling. He gently fed the baby. But what he did next, you won't believe it. The sun hung high in the sky like a truth too harsh to face. Dust floated over the gravel road like dry mist, and golden fields stretched to the horizon, silent, empty. In the middle of it all walked a little girl, barefoot, alone, holding a bundle of linen like it was her entire world. Her eyes were wide, not with wonder, but confusion, like she was still trying to understand where she was, and why life could be so big, so cold, and so unfair. Her name was Clara. She was 9 years old, and she already knew pain deeper than most adults. Her father had died in a livestock accident years ago. She barely remembered him. Her mother, her only warmth in the world, died just 2 nights ago, taken by a fever in mere hours. They had lived together in a small house on the edge of town, poor but filled with love, songs, and stories under the stars. Her mother often spoke of the ranch where her father once worked, a place they would visit someday. But that someday never came. After her mother's death, Clara was sent to live with her aunt, a woman hardened by poverty and disappointment. To her, Clara wasn't a child. She was a chore. One morning, without a glance back, the aunt wrapped Clara in rags, gave her a crust of rotten bread, and told a hay cart driver, "Drop her by the road. Someone will find her." And so, Clara stood at a lonely crossroads with no idea where to go. Alone. She didn't cry. Her tears had dried days ago. All she had left was the bundle she clung to with both hands, a worn photograph of her parents, a hand-carved wooden spoon, and her mother's sweater, still carrying her scent. The world was silent, nothing but wind, dirt, and distance. Then came the sound of hooves. Far in the distance, a figure emerged, a chestnut horse, steady and sure, carrying a rider wearing a wide-brimmed hat and a weather-worn vest. He slowed when he saw her, climbed down, and knelt before her. He didn't ask much, just, "Little one, where's your family?" Clara said nothing. She couldn't. She only held up the photo. He took it, looked at it long and hard, and then he knew. The man in the photo. He had worked for him, a strong, quiet cowboy, lost in a stampede 5 years ago, one of the best men he ever knew. The stranger said nothing else. He lifted Clara into his arms, mounted his horse, and rode away. That man was Don Elias Montoya, the richest rancher in the region. His land stretched for miles, cattle, crops, workers. But all of it meant nothing. For 20 years he had lived with silence in his heart. Ever since his wife died, giving birth to a stillborn daughter, he never remarried. He spoke more to horses than to people. Kind but distant, generous but closed. But something about the way Clara held that bundle, the way she didn't cry, didn't beg, it touched a place in him long forgotten. At first she barely spoke. She hid in the barn, ate very little, slept even less. But he didn't push. He told her quiet stories at night, taught her how to care for the horses, spoke gently, like someone placing a fragile thing back together. One day, Clara finally asked, "Do horses lose their mothers too?" He nodded. "Yes, and sometimes they find someone new, someone who understands them even more." She smiled, just a little, but it was everything. From that day, Clara changed. She began to ride. She treated calf wounds, learned to read the skies for rain. He taught her to read and write, and in her laughter, he found something he thought was lost forever. Everyone on the ranch knew. Clara was his, not by law, but by something stronger. By 15, she was managing parts of the ranch. By 17, she was negotiating deals and earning the respect of men twice her age. Then came trouble. A corporation from out of state tried to claim part of the land, said the old documents were unclear. It was legal, it was a trap. But they didn't expect Clara. She rode to the city, faced the court, and spoke not just of deeds and titles, but of belonging, of soil that remembered the hands that worked it, of a man who had saved her when she had nothing. The room fell silent. The court ruled in her favor and issued a formal apology. The ranch was safe, and everyone knew Clara Montoya wasn't just the future. She was the heart of it all. On her 17th birthday, Don Elias took her to the top of the ranch, where the sun dipped low and the air smelled of hay and hope. He gave her a silver ring with a small blue stone. "It was your mother's," he said softly. Then he looked into her eyes. "You are my daughter, Clara. You always were, not by papers, but by something stronger than blood, stronger than time, stronger than death." Then he hugged her and didn't let go. Years later, when Don Elias passed, a statue was built on the highest hill of the ranch. Not of him, not of her, but of a girl on a horse, her face to the wind, holding a small bundle of cloth. Everyone who passed by looked at it and remembered a little girl once left by the road who became something no one expected, because sometimes when you have nothing left, life gives you something greater. This story is a reminder. You are never too lost to be found. You are never too broken to be loved. Even the hardest heart can be softened. Even the loneliest road can lead to a new home. And love, the quiet kind that asks for nothing in return, it changes everything. What looked like the end was only the beginning. Some stories don't begin in warm homes or perfect families. Some begin in dust and loneliness, at a forgotten crossroads. But even then, fate can bring the right heart at the right time. Clara wasn't saved by blood, but by love, silent, steady, and stronger than loss. And that love didn't just give her a new life. It made her a legend. If this story moved you, like it, share it, and send it to someone who feels forgotten. Because sometimes the ones left behind are the ones the world needs most. Until next time, take care of your people and never stop believing in the power of unexpected love.